Radhe Radhe. Five viewers 0. Shri Radhe. Greetings everyone in the name of the Most High. My name is Narayan. Today we are going to learn the Phoenix framework. Might wait a few minutes. So Phoenix is a web framework similar to Ruby on Rails or Django, but this is built on top of the Elixir language. So one needs a little bit of knowledge on Elixir lang. I only know like the very basics on Elixir lang, so busy learning that. But now I'm going to build my first web app in Phoenix. So we might wait 1 minute, 2 minutes for people to join. I'm rocking Garuda Linux with BSPWM Windows Manager. So let's wait for the people. If anyone, there might be one person watching me if we're lucky. Okay, it's not too bad, 38%. Okay, the streaming is alright, not eating too much on our computer. Braves, using the mouse though. OBS is the streaming I'm using, the streaming application. Okay, it's looking good. Viewers, 3 viewers. Okay, we shall start in 30 seconds maybe. Okay, let's just start. So I'm just going into I set up, because it takes very long to set up to install the Phoenix framework, so I did it before the stream. Okay, getting started with Phoenix. So in order to run Phoenix you need Elixir installed, so you can go to getting started with Phoenix and there's install Elixir. And so you just need Elixir, but you also need Node. You need you can install Elixir to run. You need Node version 15. I use N to say N15. You can do npm N to install N, which is a Node version manager, and then you need, or you'll get errors. You need Node 15, and then you need Elixir installed. Once that is installed, you can run mix phx.new getting started with Phoenix. Then it will generate a new Phoenix scaffold or skeleton. And this takes like a good 5 minutes. This takes very long for some reason. So if you go to the Phoenix docs, getting started with Phoenix, they do the same thing here. Mix phoenix.new. I'm just using the abbreviation. Okay, so the point of this stream or video, I don't know how to, like, if someone interacts with me, I don't know how to. Okay, there's chat. Yes, chat. Okay, that's there's the chat. Okay, now, so this, I've already generated the scaffold with phoenix.new, and basically the point of the stream is just to figure out Phoenix. We're gonna create some, this will be one video out of a series where we will create some small web app. The first video will just be to play around with Phoenix. Second video will start with the web app. So we've generated the scaffold. Okay, what's next? Docs. Overview up and running. Already up and running. Adding pages. I think this is the next step then. Installation up and running. Okay, this is what we need to do. After, I think these docs might be better to follow. After this is hex docs. So we've already done this Phoenix new, getting started with Phoenix. Okay, then it installed all the dependencies. Then we need to do mix ecto create. This is going to configure our database. So I've already prepared this because I don't want to waste anyone's time too much. So we need to run Docker. I'll be running a Postgres database. Let's just start Docker. Okay. Docker PS. Docker PSA. Docker run. So if anyone wants to basically run Phoenix with Ecto connects to the database, and we're going to use Postgres database running in Docker. Yes, so then we've already run this command, so then we can just do Docker start Postgres 1. Docker PS is up and running. I've already tested this part because this all takes a bit of time. This is time wasting. So I've already set that up. Now let's do this ecto create, mix ecto create. So configure your database in config dev.exs. So let's see what's there. Config dev, this one. So I've made sure when I created the database that it's using all of these default details, credentials. So it's using the username Postgres, the password is Postgres, and then it will automatically create this database, and it collects via the local host. And then with the docker run command, docker run, I needed to just insert that port like such that it can connect via localhost. I have a just for that. I don't know, on my GitHub with this command if anyone needs it. Okay, so then if we run ecto create mix things dot ecto, what's the command? ecto.create mix dot ecto.create the database has been created. This is great. Postgres, let's connect to it. Our password for Postgres is postgres, but the postgres, okay, postgres to check for the Postgres user. How to check databases. Help. Okay. DU users. Postgres view databases. Okay, that's just /l. It's easy, /l. There we can see this just got created. So everything connected fine. That got connected. Okay. Now let's start the Phoenix server. And for y'all that aren't familiar with Phoenix or Elixir, just Google. There's so many links I want to share, like just to read on what is Phoenix, what is Elixir. So Phoenix is just a web framework, as I explained at the beginning of the video. It's built on top of Elixir, which is a very unique and powerful programming language. Discord uses Elixir, for example. WhatsApp uses Erlang. Erlang and Elixir use the same virtual machine. So very powerful for fault tolerance, for scaling, and for concurrency. This coding language is really above all the languages in those aspects. So for those type of needs, it's very good. And then the syntax is very elegant. It uses Ruby syntax, which is very, very pretty. Is this running? Yeah, sorry, I thought it was compiling or something. So we're up and running, and this takes us to the hex docs. We have that open already. Live dashboard. This is very cool. It shows like all your metrics for your Phoenix web server. So I haven't looked through this too much, but this is pretty decent. OS data. This is very important, this processes, because every single connection is run as a process in Phoenix. Okay, so let's carry on. So we got the web server up and it's connected to a database. Okay. So I'm using Envim for my IDE. So let's get into this. What is Phoenix? I am a complete newbie. As I said in the start, I've just started with Phoenix, or I mean with Elixir, and this is my first time ever looking at Phoenix. I just started with Elixir, and now we're going to figure this thing out. Okay. So now that we didn't waste too much time installing the dependencies and setting up the database, we can hop right into it. Okay. Directory structure. When we use mix phoenix.new to generate a new Phoenix application, it builds a top level directory structure like this. Okay. We'll go over those directories one by one. Build directory created by mix command line, tool that ships as part of Elixir that holds all compilation artifacts. As we have seen in Up and Running, Mix is the main interface of your application. We use Mix to compile our code, create database, run our server, and more. This directory must not be checked into version control, and it can be removed at any time. Removing it will force Mix to rebuild your application from scratch. So we need a .getignore in here. This must not be added. Oh, it already got us covered. Smart. And there's the build. So this creates that's just the build. Okay. Creates all the compilation artifacts for the Phoenix web server. Assets, a directory that keeps everything related to source front-end assets such as JavaScript, CSS, and automatically managed by the ESBuild tool config. That holds your project configuration. The config.exs file is the entry point for your configuration, and the end of the config.exs, it imports environment specific configuration which can be found. Okay, so yeah, this is what we use for local dev. Finally, config.runtime is executed, and it is the best place to read secrets and other domain. Okay, debs is a directory with all of our mix dependencies. You can find all dependencies listed on the mix. Okay, inside the debs do function. Okay, this is very important. In debs there's this file called mix.exs, but there's also a mix.exs. Why is it two? Here's one. So, and here's all our dependencies for Phoenix. This is like your gems for Ruby, or like your eggs. It's called eggs. Python packages in Python. And but they said here in depths there's also one. Oh no. Okay, no, that's just where it all gets installed. Okay, that's like your node modules folder. Lib, a directory that holds your application source code. Okay, so basically here all of our code is going to come in. This directory is broken into two subdirectories, libhello and libhello-web. The libhello directory will be responsible to host all your business logic and business domain. It typically interacts directly with the database. It is the model in the model view controller architecture. The libhello-web is responsible for exposing your business domain to the world. In this case, through a web application, it holds both the view and the controller from MVC. We will discuss the contents of these directories with more detail in the next sections. Prove a directory that keeps all resources that are necessary in production but not directly part of your source code. You typically keep database scripts, translation files, and more in here. Static and generated assets sourced from assets directly are also served here by default. Okay, not too sure exactly what's in there. Test directory of all your application tests. Okay, that's just tests. What does this prove? Errors.pot. Okay. Migrations. Seeds. Script for populating the database. Okay. I get it. So it's not like your website code, but it's like the things, the meta to get your web app up and running. Okay. And that's like your testing framework. The libhello directly hosts all of your business domain. Since our project does not have any business logic yet, the directory is mostly empty. You will find only 2 files. Okay. The libhello application.ex file defines an Elixir application named hello.application. That's because at the end of the day, Phoenix applications are simply Elixir applications. The hello application module defines which services are part of our application. Okay, so application. Okay, I have a long name. Getting started with Phoenix Web. I should have just called this hello. Do not use long names. Yeah, this is bad. But if I regenerate it, it's going to take very long. But let's do that anyway. While we're reading. Let's put it in tutorials maybe. Yeah. So what? Mix. Let's just call it tutorial. Now this takes long. Alright. We'll work with what we got. So this file defines the application named hello.application. Okay, that's because at the end of the day Phoenix. Okay, which hello.repo, hello web dot. I'm not getting. Okay, wrong folder. Application. OTP applications. Okay, start telemetry. So these are just modules basically for the Phoenix framework. And whatever module you want to use, you just put it in here. So it defines those modules or services as a part of our application in the application.ex file. If this is your first time with Phoenix, you don't need to worry about the details right now. For now, suffice it to say our application stores a database repository, a pub subsystem for sharing messages across processes and nodes, and the application endpoint, which effectively serves HTTP requests. These services are sorted in the order that they are defined. Whenever shutting down your application, they are stopped in reverse order. You can learn more about that in the same libhello directory. We will find the hello repo.ex that defines hello.repo module, which is our main interface to the database. If you're using Postgres, you will see something like this. Okay, yeah, we are using Postgres repo.ex. Okay, using Ecto. The lib hello web directory. The lib hello web directory holds the web related parts of our application. It looks like this when it is expanded. Okay, so we got controllers, and we got the front end and templates. Then we have views, endpoint, get text router, telemetry. Okay, all of the files which are currently in the controllers, templates and views directories are there to create the welcome to Phoenix page we saw in the up and running guide. Put the software. A little louder. Okay. Okay. By looking at templates and views, we can see Phoenix provide features for handling layouts and error pages out of the box. Beside these directories, mention lib hello web has 4 root files. Endpoint is the entry point for HTTP requests. Okay, from endpoint it goes to what? The endpoint starts processing data eventually, leading to the router, which is defined in the router. The router defines the rules to dispatch the requests to controllers, which then uses views and templates to render HTML pages back to the clients. We explored these layers in length in other guides, starting with the request lifecycle guide coming next. Okay, so it's the request lifecycle. So from endpoint it goes to router, basically to controller, which uses views and templates. Okay, through telemetry, Phoenix, it is able to collect metrics and send metrics events of your application. Okay, files, define, supervisor is for managing the telemetry process. More telemetry guide. I think this is those. I think in here, this live dashboard. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some of those metrics are displayed here. The asset directory, the assets directly contains source files related to front-end assets such as JavaScript, CSS, and Phoenix. In version 1.6, we use the ESBuild to compile assets, which is managed by ESBuild Elixir package. The integration with ESBuild is baked into your app. The relevant config can be found in your config.ex file. The other, let's see. Okay, wow. That is dope. Respect. Shout out to Sadu 108. Respect. G. Two viewers, 11 views, 2 followers. Okay. Yo, cameras. Oh. Everyone was looking at my forehead. That's not good. Okay, sorry about that. See, this thing is still busier. This thing is dog slow. Wat is hier? Kan net jou voorkop sien, meneer. Maak Yo camera. Donkey boss. Okay. Okay, got good advice there. Let's carry on. Okay, so the assets directory, right, creates all our front end assets, JavaScript, CSS. Says Phoenix 1.6, we use ESBuild to compile assets, which is managed by ESBuild Elixir package. Let's see what Phoenix version I'm running. How do I check that? Elixir version. How to check Phoenix version? Elixir. Yes. Mix Phoenix.new. Mix Phoenix.new. Why am I not running the latest Phoenix? I want this 1.6. Then it probably doesn't use Node. Then you probably don't need Node version 15. So why don't I have that? How to upgrade? Do I need to upgrade Elixir? Elixir LAN. It's up to date. 1.12.2.1. This is confusing. Installation Phoenix, Elixir version 12.1. I have 12.2. No, 12.1. 1.12.2. What? Elixir 1.12.1. I have an even newer one. Then why am I not getting this latest Phoenix? Let's do this. Let's Google. Yeah, we have that installed. iNotify tools. One of these upgrade. Is uninstall, install. Okay, we're getting the latest Phoenix, guys. Yeehaw. Yes. Alright. Mix.new version. Got the latest one. Now we need to start again. Tutorial. Let's delete tutorial. And let's. So this actually I think will take much quicker than the compilation was doing yesterday, because it's not using node anymore. It will compile with this here. Let's see, streams going. Okay. Doxing. How can I be nice? Pop out. Right. Have just a chat there. Okay. Do something like that. Okay. This is useful. How many people's watching? 5 viewers. Okay. So this thing is installing or building the latest Phoenix scaffold with the latest Phoenix version. Got the chat there. So, namaskaram. Jivas equals living entities. It's a Sanskrit word. So where were we? Okay, we finished process installation. We were here. The assets directory. Okay. Since Phoenix version 1.6, we use ES-build to compile assets. It wasn't using ES-build before. It was using some node thing. What is this made in? This is JavaScript. Oh, this is still JavaScript. But it's probably a faster JavaScript. It was probably using Webpack before. Wow. From 55 seconds to 0.37 seconds. That's insane. Wow. That is insane. I want to see, and this is finished. This is beautiful. This is good job, Phoenix. Phoenix is amazing, and you'll see how amazing this Elixir coding is. It's really, everything about it is very well designed. Okay. The integration with ES-build baked into app found. Okay, config. Let's see what's in there. Config. Okay. Secret keybase. Live view. Okay. We've got some configuration settings there. Your other static assets are placed in priv static folder, where priv static assets is kept, or gathered assets. Everything in priv static is served by the plugin plug. Okay. What is priv static? Okay, when running in dev mode, mix ins equals dev. Changes you make an asset directory. Okay. When you first create your Phoenix app using, it is possible to specify options that will affect the presence and the, okay. Phoenix apps can bring their own front-end tools or not have a front end at all. And if you're writing an API, for example, for more information you can run, okay, you can run basically without the front end, but we will be using Phoenix Live View. Request life cycle. I'm getting too much into, I should just be building maybe. I'm getting too much into like the details. But for me, when I get into the details and then I start building, generally things make more sense. Instead of like I don't know, this is like the right to left approach instead of the left to right approach. Though the left to right approach is more fun and because it's more fun, it can be more effective. But if one has due diligence, then this can also be effective, maybe even more so because you're understanding a little bit theory. Both is necessary. That is for sure. You need both. But at the end of the day, when you're building, the theory falls away a little bit. The theory is less important, but it's necessary. Okay. Okay. Request life cycle. The goal of this guide. Shiva Shambho. Jai Shiva Shambho. Bam Bam Bhole. Okay. The goal of this guide is to talk about Phoenix request lifecycle. This guide will take a practical approach where we will learn by doing. We will add 2 new pages to our Phoenix project and comment on how the pieces fit together along the way. Let's get on with our first Phoenix page. When your browser accesses localhost, it sends a HTTP request to whatever service is running on that address. In this case, our Phoenix application, the HTTP request is made of a verb and a path. For example, the following browser request translates to, so get request to that path where there's a slash. Hello, we know that. There are other verbs, for example, submitting a form typically uses web application typically handles requests by mapping each verb. Oh, they call this request a verb. That's interesting. Get verb. By mapping each verb path into a specific part of your application. This matching in Phoenix is done by the router. For example, we may map articles to a portion of our application that shows all articles. Therefore, to add a new page, our first task is to add a new route. The router maps unique HTTP verb path pairs to controller action. Okay, pairs which will handle them. Controllers in Phoenix are simply Elixir models. Actions are functions that are defined within these controllers. Okay, Phoenix generates a router file for us in new applications at, okay, this is where we will be working for this section, the router for our welcome to Phoenix page. Okay, so the verb is get, the path is root or slash, page controller, and then this is probably the action, and this is the base, I don't know, the index file. Okay, let's digest what this root is telling us. Visiting that localhost issues a HTTP GET request to the root path. Okay, all requests like this will be handled by the index/2 function in the hello web page controller module defined in page controller. Okay, page controller. This is very page controller. Okay, so we have page controller and we have these two routers here. Okay, so when we visit localhost 4000, port 4000, right, so get request to the root, that goes to page controller. This is simply a function sitting over here. Okay, index. This index is probably this colon index here. This is called a atom in Phoenix. This is just like basically I forgot how to make a variable. This is just basically like var equals var, like it's the variable name and the value is the same. Okay, so that's very simple actually. I don't make any changes. Alright, and then that goes to the index connection parameters. Okay, very easy to understand. Okay, let's digest. So it's telling us request goes to the root path. All requests like this will be handled by the index2 function in the other web page controller module defined in this page. We're going to build some CLO from Phoenix when we put our browser. Okay, first thing we need to do to create that page is define a route for it. Let's pop up router in a text editor for a brand new application that looks like this. What are they changing? This scope, router. We have scope, page controller. For now, we'll ignore the pipelines. What is pipelines? Okay, pipeline. And the use of scope here, and just focus on adding a route. We will discuss those in the routing guide. Okay, ignore this and just add a route. So we'll put something in scope. Let's add a new route to the router that maps a get request for /hello to the index action of a soon to be created hello web.hello controller inside the scope /do block for the router. So we're adding hello controller for /hello. get hello controller. Why are we using a new controller? Why don't we just index? Okay, so we create generally get comma. That looks right. Just gonna refresh properly. Cannot read that error. That is not, but this looks correct. There's just a warning, it's nothing. Let's do this mix format. Okay, you'll have to call me later. That on vibrate. Hello controller. Oh yes, very smart, thank you. Okay, a new controller. Elixir controllers or Elixir modules. Okay, yes, and actions or Elixir functions, define them. The purpose of actions is to gather data and to perform the task needed for rendering. Okay, our route specifies that we need a hello web.controller module with an index function. This index/2 meaning is a function that takes 2 parameters. To make that happen, let's create a new controller and make it look like this. Okay, so controllers are in lib tutorial web controllers, page controller. We'll add hello controller.ex. I should type this out. Div module hello web dot hello controller do not end use hello web controller. Okay, def index con. This underscore is this underscore is like an unused. I think it's like an unused variable. Does anyone know what that underscore is? Do end render con index.html. I wouldn't make any typos. Is anyone watching? 4 viewers. Does anyone know what this is? This underscore variable. It's a lang underscore variable name. get an error if you don't use con, but not unused where. Okay, sweet. Respect. Benja Danklin. Respect. Mad respect, man. Okay, that's very smart. I have a typo there. Use hello web, comma, controller to div module hello web. What's wrong with my errors? Compile error, web is not loaded, and could, oh, that's because I don't have, I need to define something else, I think. Okay, I should have just copied and pasted that. Maybe I'm wasting too much time. All the controllers take 2 arguments. The first is right. It is tutorial. Wait. Hello. Oh. Hello controller. Oh, it's page hello controller hello web tutorial web okay, so it needs to be tutorial web basically. Dot page controller, it's got dot hello controller. Okay, but yes, that is correct. It is hello controller tutorial web. Okay, so basically this tutorial web is a function defined by Phoenix, and then we're adding like a sub function to tutorial web. That is a controller name which we then can call in the router. Yeah, that's all I needed to change. I think router hello controller. Yeah, dot hello controller tutorial web. Okay. Now we'll save a discussion. We'll save a discussion of use hello web controller for the controller's guide. For now, let's focus on the index action. All controller actions take 2 arguments. The first is con, a struct which holds a ton of data about the request. Okay. The second is params, which are the request parameters. Here we are not using params, and we avoid compiler warnings by prefixing it with an underscore. The core of this action is render con index.html. It tells Phoenix to render index.html. The modules responsible for rendering are called views. By default, Phoenix views are named after the controller. So Phoenix is expecting hello web, hello view to exist and handle for us. Note, using an atom as the template name also works. Okay, in these cases the template will be chosen based off the accept headers. Okay. Okay. A new view. Phoenix views act as a presentation layer. For example, we expect the output of rendering index.html to be a complete HTML page. To make our lives easier, we often use templates for creating those pages. Let's create a new view. Let's create hello view and make it look like this. Okay. I think my media player is, I've tested it before, but I think it's very soft. Like, I think you need to turn me up really loud, because it's on, I think screen capture gets everything. I don't know. Okay. Now we need to create this hello view. Views hello view.ex. Right. Def module. This is not hello web, this is tutorial web dot hello view do end use tutorial web view. Now, in order to add templates to this view, we simply need to add files to the lib hello web templates hello directory. Note that the controller name hello controller, the view name hello view, and the template directory all follow the same naming convention and are named after each other. Yeah, I'm glad I never named my application hello, because there's just too many hellos going on. With this tutorial web, we can see nicely that the tutorial web is like the application. This is the main module generated by Phoenix, and then the extra modules we are adding into tutorial web, like hello view, and we added just now the hello controller. Note the controller name. Okay. A template file has the following structure: name, format, templating language. In our case, we will create an index html.hex file at hex stands for HTML plus exx. Exx is a library for embedding Elixir that ships as part of Elixir itself. HTML plus EEX is a Phoenix extension of EEX, that is HTML aware, with support for HTML validation components and automatic escaping of values. The latter protects you from security vulnerabilities like cross-site scripting with no extra work on your part. Sweet. So it's Elixir embedded with HTML or something like that. That's nice, because generally it's like JavaScript. Okay, well, in Python and that, I mean, Django you use Python, and Ruby you can use Ruby. Anyway, create and make it look like this. Okay, so in the templates hello templates tutorial web templates, is there a page layout templates hello? I don't have hello, I just have page, so it must come here. Hello dot html dot hex. Oh wait, I'm confused. I'm pretty sure I must come here. index.html. Hello. Okay, I need to add some syntax to this. My IDE is not knowing what language this is. In what am I using? I think I can't remember which plugin gives me all of my syntax. It's like oh yeah, Polyglot syntax for 120 languages. Okay, I think Coq as well, Conqueror of Completion, maybe added something there. For viewers, this is like live view. Just say invom live view syntax. I'm using Vim polyglots. Does not support live view yet. Maybe if I do like a plugin update. See what happens. Good to know, it should be working. Okay, I think we might have syntax highlighting now. Love tutorial web view. Yes, look at that. That's like magic. No, this is not the HTML. My bad. Page. We don't have this. Using all of that, what we need is we need the syntax for this heeks. polyglot X. Okay. You have Elixir, that's for sure. Alright. Do you have live view? Live script. I don't know if that's a thing. HTML. Oh, it says it has that. If it has that, then why? Elixir H plus. How do I enable that? I don't know why this is not working. And it's like that update fixed also my errors here. And I'll read my errors. I would really like syntax highlighting with this. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much of your time. I will debug this later. We'll have to work without any syntax for now. Or I really don't want to do that though. I could just install the Vim Elixir. I don't want to bloat this thing though. Okay, never mind. Back to the Phoenix. Okay. There ain't nothing wrong with this. Alright. Okay, now that we've got the route controller view and template, okay, so we created the controller, the view, and this is the template. We should be able to point our browsers at hello. Really? No. get my head in this. That looks a bit better. Okay. Back to this request lives. Now that we've got the route controller view template, we should be able to point our browsers at. No, so let's debug this. We're not getting that. Okay, hydrated. Okay, let's see what this errors are saying. No route found. Get/hello. So I have the controller in layout. Yeah, we have the view, the template, and the controller. Let's go to router. Hello controller. What is it saying? Is undefined module. So let's go to the controller. Hello controller is there. Page controller. Hello controller. Hello. Is this? Let's look at the page controller. It is defined. Defined right here. So there's something, and I copied and pasted this, and then I only renamed hello controller. See, if you going between these two things, you can see clearly that is this. Strange. Try mix Phoenix routes. Okay. Mix Phoenix dot routes. I don't have that route. Any idea? This is clearly showing me here. Where's this routes? There's no route. This is pretty cool. Thanks for this command, brother. Okay, so we have prints all routes, starts application, creates, generates, digest. Okay. Go back to the error page. It has a different name. Yeah, dashboard. Oh, what the hell? This is... Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. That we're not using anymore. Let's delete that. We're in tutorials with our new latest 1.6 Phoenix routes. Hello is there. Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Let's go into the right folder. Mix.phoenix.server. Postgres error. Invalid catalog name. Okay. Ecto create. Done. Phoenix server. Okay. Whoa. This finished. Could not render index with HTML to tutorial web. Please define render to templates. Oh, I need to create that folder. That's what I was confused about earlier. Okay, let's do this. Basically, I need to add a folder here called hello. No. Add a folder here called hello, and then where's this hello index? This, yeah, what am I doing here? Let's move this to hello index. Yes. Okay. See if this works now. Wow. Amazing. Hello world from Phoenix. This is taking a lot of time figuring out how Phoenix works, but it will all pay off in the long run. It's very important to understand the request life cycle, a little bit theory. Yeah, so let's hang in there before we can do some amazing things, hopefully. Okay, but now what I want to understand is how does it know this folder? So if I remember correctly, it goes from the route to the controller to the view. So let's go to the route. From the route, module is defined. Don't do that. Okay, refreshing errors. Okay, from the router it goes into the controller. Hello controller. Okay, so basically page, for the template, the name for the template is based off the controller name. So that's how. So then if we go into hello controller, yeah, is based off that. That is very interesting. And then from this is looking for index, and you have to create based off this name here, based off this. You need to create a template starting there, hello, and then index.html. Beautiful. We understand the request life cycle. There are a couple of interesting things to notice about what we just did. We didn't need to stop and restart the server while we made these changes. Yes, Phoenix has hot code reloading. Also, even though our index.html hex file consisted only of a single div tag, the page we get is full HTML document. Our index template is rendered into the application layout. If you open it, okay, app.html, where's that folder? Layout, templates layout, app, inner content. Okay, so which injects our template into the layout before the HTML is set off to the browser. This is very smart. So what is live? What is root? Okay. Somehow this calls, I think, the app. This must call app.html somehow. I'm guessing. Oh no. This is for the main. This has nothing to do with us. This is the main, the root HTML. We're in the index HTML, and that index HTML, okay, is completely unique. So where does it inherit live? This is some live view things. Inner content. There it comes. Inner content. Okay, app. Inner content. I don't know. Okay, we'll get there. From endpoints to view. As we build our first page, we could start to understand how the request lifecycle is put together. Now let's take a more holistic look at it. All HTTP requests start in our application endpoint. You can find it as a module named hello web endpoint in lib endpoint.ex. Once you open up the endpoint, you will see that similar to the router, the endpoint has many calls to plug. Plug is a library and has a specification for stitching web applications together. It is an essential part of how Phoenix handles requests, and we will discuss it in detail in the plug guide coming next. For now, it suffices to say that each plug defines a slice of request processing. In the end, you will find a skeleton roughly like this. Plug. So plug defines a slice of request processing. Okay, so basically this module is running, that module is running, all these different modules are running, and plug is basically managing the requests for all of this. I don't know. Each of these plugs have a specific, if you are in live view, it will use live. If you are not in live view, it will use both. App of them fill the inner content within root. If you're in live view, okay, if we are in live view, we'll use live. Is this what we are in live view? If you are not in live view, it will use app both. Okay. So we're not in live view then. I thought we were in live view. Wonderful. thought we're in live view. Alright. Each one of these plugs have a specific responsibility that we will learn later. The last plug is precisely the Hello Web Router module. This allows the endpoint to delegate all further request processing to the router. As we know, its main responsibility is to map the verb, which is the request, the get and the path pairs to the controllers. The controllers then tells the view to render the templates. At this moment you may be thinking this can be a lot of steps to simply render a page. However, as our application grows in complexity, we will see that each layer serves a distinct purpose. Endpoint, Phoenix or endpoint. The endpoint contains the common and initial path that all requests go through. If you want something to happen on all requests, it goes to that endpoint. Okay, router, Phoenix or router. The router is responsible for dispatching per pass to the controller. Yes, we were using this. The router also allows us to scope functionality. For example, some pages in your application may require user authentication, others may not. Controller, we did this as well. The job of the controller is to retrieve request information, talk to your business domain, and prepare data for presentation layer. View, Phoenix view. The view handles the structured data from the controller and converts it to a presentation to be shown to users. So we use that. We didn't use this endpoint though. Awesome.
Hey, it's Chris Ward, and today we're going to write a Twitter timeline clone from scratch using
This
Phoenix
is
Live.
quick. He's building a Twitter clone in 15 minutes. That is very quick. Amazing. Okay, we'll do this next time. We'll follow this tutorial and then see where it takes us, I guess. Then next time we'll get into live view. I'm just trying to understand like the basics. Okay, the endpoint. Okay, so basically we just never use this endpoint. This is basically if we want something to happen to all requests. Okay. Let's do a quick recap and how the last three components work together by adding another page. Let's add just a complexity to our application. Let's add a little complexity to our application. We're going to add a new page that will recognize a piece of the URL, label it as messenger, and pass it through the controller into the template so our messenger can say hello. As we did last time, the first thing we'll do is create a new route. Okay, let's create a new route. Okay. Is he using the same hello controller? Yes, he is. And he is using hello/messenger. Okay. Show. Alright. Notice that we use the messenger syntax in the path. Phoenix will take whatever value that appears in that position in the URL and convert it into a parameter. For example, if we point the browser at hello Frank, the value of messenger will be Frank. Okay. Another new action. request to our root will be handled by the hello controller show action. We already have the controller at, okay, so that's called the action. This is the action. This is the action. We already have the controller at hello controller, so all we need to do is edit that file and add a show action to it. This time we'll need to extract the messenger from the parameter so that we can pass it, the messenger, to the template. To do that, we add this show function to the controller. Def show con. Def show con messenger I'm typing this out so I can get familiar with like the syntax and everything. Render con show.html. messenger Okay, it doesn't look like any errors. So I forgot what this thing is. This is like a list. I have no idea what's going on here. I forgot this. Normally, wait, is that pattern matching? A map with a string key. This is a map with a string key. Okay, string key. I went through this, but this was a while ago. What's the difference between a map and a list? I mean, if map with a string, yeah. Maps allow any values as a key. Maps keys do not follow any ordering. Okay. So then the key and the value. So then key was list. Key value. Keys must be atoms. Okay, I get it. Keys must be atoms. And then with a map, the key can be anything. Great. Okay, so then this is a map, alright. So then this is receiving messenger, okay, in our show action, show. the okay, so then we're calling the key messenger, and the value is getting inherited from the route as messenger. Then we're saying render con show HTML. Okay, so render the page, and okay, then we're sending this key value to that page which we will define. Right, awesome. Within the body of the show action, we also pass a third argument into the render function, a key value pair where messenger is the key and messenger variable is passed as a value. Messenger is the key. Okay. If the body of the action needs to access the full map of parameters bound to the parameter available in the addition to the bound mesh variable, we can define show to like this. This looks the same. Oh, equal what? If the body of the action needs access to the full map of parameters bound to the params variable. Okay, so basically you can bound this map into parameters. It's good to remember that the keys of parameters maps will always be strings, and that the equal sign does not represent assignment but instead a pattern match assertion. Okay, so this is just, it's not assignment but it's inserting this key value into the params object, or whatever that, the params map. Another new template. For the last piece of the puzzle, we'll need a new template. Since it is the show action of hello controller, it will need to go into the hello web templates hello directory called show. Okay, it will look surprisingly like our index template, except that we will need to display the name of our messenger. Okay, to do that, we'll use the special EEX tag for executing Elixir expressions. Notice that the initial tag has an equal sign like this. That means that any Elixir code that goes between those tags will be executed, and the resulting value will replace the tag. If the equal sign were missing, the code would still be executed, but the value would not appear on the page. And this is what the template looks like. Okay, so in the hello folder we need to create show.html. Hello show.html. The right, starting to memorize the stuff. No, H2. Hello world from messenger Interesting syntax. Notice that the initial tag has an equal sign. Yes, that means in Elixir that between these tags will be executed and the resulting value will be replaced. It will replace the tag. Okay, sure. Our messenger appears as at messenger. We call assigns the values passed from the controllers to the view. It is a special bit of metaprog. We call assigns the value passed from the controllers to the view. Okay, to the views. It is a special bit of meta program syntax which stands in for assigns.messenger. Okay, the result is much nicer on the eye and much easier to work with within a template. We're done. If you point your browser to hello Frankie. Okay. Okay, so basically instead of saying assigns.messenger, they're just putting that at there, which does make it much nicer and prettier. Let's see if this works. Nope. I have a unclosed matching tag. There's something wrong here. From equals I don't have the at messenger. That is why. Let's see. Unmatched closing tag expected. What? Oh. Yeah, this way syntax is very good. Syntax highlighting. Save. Boom. We have Phoenix framework. Hello Frank. You can say hello Ben J. Danklin. Respect. Okay, so let's just absorb this. We add